Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here with a brand new video. If you don't already know me, I am Kayleen. I'm the blogger at Autistic Mama and the author of Embracing Autism. And I am here today because I'm going to talk to you about a program that I've been using in my family's homeschool with my autistic son, A-Man. And this program has just changed the way that our homeschool runs, at least how our math lessons run. So if you're going to be hanging out with me today, then I'm going to share with you this autism-friendly online math program. And if you are a homeschooling mom, or you are a mom of an autistic kiddo who struggles with math and you're looking for something to maybe supplement and do at home, this is the video for you. So I'm going to be telling you all about my new favorite math program called CTCMath. And this post is sponsored by CTCMath, but I wasn't required to give them a positive review. And all of this is my own thoughts and opinions after using the program in my family with my autistic son. So first, I'm just going to tell you what is CTCMath. So it's an online math program from kindergarten to 12th grade. They cover everything from the, learning to count all the way up through calculus, which thank heavens, because I'm not teaching anyone calculus. And this program, what I love about it is it can be done independently. So it is all online. And they do the lessons and then they do the questions after. They report everything. Mom can eventually hand the computer to kiddo and say, here you go, do your math lesson. And it is hands off, which if you have read my blog and you know me already, you know I have 5 kiddos. So anything that's hands off for mom at this point is a definite win. So in CTCMath, in the website platform, they have bite-sized lessons on pretty much all major math concepts. And after the video lesson, they have questions at the end that are based on that specific lesson and that your kids can go through. And they also have an assessment for each grade. And one of my favorite things about their assessment is they offer different lengths. So for my son and for many of yours, focus can be really hard for autistic children, and staying on task for a long time can be really, really difficult. And so I found with other programs that my son couldn't get through the placement test or would get a lower grade on the placement tests than his abilities would show, because he couldn't sit for an hour and take this big long test. So they do offer different levels. My son takes a 20-minute test for the grade levels. And I believe there's a 40-minute and then there's a 60-minute, depending on your child's needs and what fits your family. And you definitely don't have to do the tests if you're a family who just doesn't do that. But they were helpful for me, and I'm going to get a little bit more into that later in this video. So they also have detailed progress reports for parents, and I cannot even explain. I'm going to try through this video, but when you have an autistic child, it can be kind of scary to homeschool, and you have people who ask if you can even legally homeschool or if you should homeschool. I mean, you're not even a special education teacher. And having an assessment and detailed progress reports so you can see that progress happening is pretty much world-changing. So that is kind of a brief intro. I'm next going to get into our personal experience with CTCMath and how my son enjoyed it or you know, how he uses it in his homeschool day. And first, you're going to see a clip of him actually using the program. We have a couple of those I'm going to sprinkle through this video because he's so cute when it's math time. So I will see you right after that.
20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. We've counted to 100.
I wanted to share a little bit about our experience with CTCMath in our homeschool, because when different curriculums are being shared, a lot of times the like, oh, it's independent. Well, is it really independent for disabled children? And there's just a unique perspective when you are homeschooling disabled kids and autistic kids. And so I thought I would share a little bit about our specific experience. So first, is it really independent? This is one of the first questions that I ask every time I see a curriculum that's independent. And for our family, full disclosure, it is independent for my oldest son, Mr. C. He is in 4th grade, and he can do it independently completely. For A man, who is 7, he does between kindergarten and 1st grade in most subjects, and he's my autistic kiddo. He does not do it completely independently. He does it, he does the work independently. He is starting to type in one of the clips that we'll sprinkle in here. I know that he is typing some of his numbers. It's pretty hilarious. But he doesn't work a mouse yet. The ability to move down here and see where it's happening, visual tracking, he doesn't have it yet. So he does require help to go through the questions portion, but he watches the videos and he does the learning independently. So we can set him up with the computer and he will watch through his lesson, and then he tells us he's ready for his questions, and we are just a mouse. He does his typing, he's learning his number recognition and doing his typing, and he tells us when to click and things like that. So it's not completely independently. I would say within a couple of months he will be. He's been working on his mouse skills. So we've been using the program for a while now, a couple of months, and his number sense has just exploded. It's been incredible to watch. He went from counting, and he could do some like teeny tiny math like worksheets. He did his first worksheet a little while ago. But he's, with this CTCMath, he's been understanding how numbers fit together. So instead of just reciting numbers from, 10 to 100, he understands the patterns that come with them. He can go from 50 backwards. He can go from 80 backwards, and he can go from 40 forwards. Instead of it being just a rote memorization, he's actually understanding what the numbers mean. And that's something that's new with this program. And I think part of that is because of the way they format the lessons. It's been really, really helpful. We also have had so much less fighting over his lessons with this program. My son, school's not his favorite thing. I will be the first to admit it. He would watch Netflix and play all day if we let him. And for a long time we did. He was unschooled for a lot of his early education years, and we are just now starting to get some more formal lessons in. And instead of fighting me on school like he would have before, he thinks it's fun to do CTCMath. It's on the computer, so he kind of thinks it's a reward, like it's fun computer game time, even though he's learning and he's doing, he's watching math lessons, and he's answering questions about them. it's on the computer, it's tech time, and he sees that as a win. And then one thing that we have loved is that you can watch the lessons as many times as you need to. So I know for my son, he doesn't always process things the first time he sees them. Sometimes it can take a time or two going through to really understand what's going on behind the surface. And so he can watch the lesson 2 or 3 times before he does the questions. He can rewind and watch only parts of the lesson over again. And it's just really helpful to know that he can review whenever he needs to, and he isn't just pushed forward throughout the program. And we also really, really love that the assessments give us a baseline of where he's at. So like I said, we unschooled for the first few years. He would be in about 2nd grade right now. And we've just mostly unschooled. We watch Super Y and learn our letters. But now that we're getting into formal education, and in our state, he is just about to be, where we have to report that we homeschool and things like that. It's really, really helpful for us to have a solid understanding of where he is at with traditional grade levels. So in a lot of homeschool families, it doesn't really matter. You can just say, well, they do 4th grade, English, and 3rd grade math, and 2nd grade science, or, whatever. But because we are working with therapists and specialists and different doctors all the time, it's really, really helpful to have some solid ground of this is what grade level he's doing. So that has been really, really helpful for our family. And overall, I highly, highly recommend CTCMath for any homeschooler who is homeschooling autistic kiddos, because it's really changed how my son sees math. And that transformation has just been incredible to watch. We're going to be using it with A-Man at least through this school year. I am pretty sure we're lifelong members at this point, and we are going to be getting it every single year for him, because just seeing how excited he gets when he gets the answer right, and he feels like he's doing, like he's having fun, but he's learning so much. So we're big fans, if that wasn't clear. And I'm going to show you guys another quick clip of him actually using the program. And then I'll be back with 5 specific things that make CTCMath really an autism-friendly online math program. So I'm going to be back with that real quick.
100, 90, 80,
80,
70,
60, and 50.
Okay, now I'm going to go super quick because this video is taking much longer than I anticipated. So thank you for hanging out with me for the whole thing. So I'm going to show you, or tell you, 5 things that make CTCMath an autism-friendly online math program. And I'm going to go quick. So number 1 is that they have really high quality engaging videos. So the videos that are included in the program, the lessons, they're really high quality, and they use bright colors and really fun pictures to keep the kids engaged through the whole lesson. And so my son, like if it was counting, he would be counting, they had like strawberries and apples and things that he could identify with. Sometimes we've had programs where it's like, count the goats, and it's like, he doesn't even process what that means. So it was really easy for him to kind of process what they were, what was in the videos and what was happening. Or instead of just doing an arrow pointing at things, they would like highlight the ones as they were counting and things like that, that just helped him visually process what was going on. So number 2, this is probably my favorite part, is that the questions after the lesson are so clear. We have had so many struggles in the past with him, my son, not understanding what is being asked of him. He has the knowledge, he understands the concepts, and he knows what to do, but they ask questions in a really weird way, and so he doesn't understand what they're asking him for. That hasn't happened once in CTC. It tells you exactly what it's looking for in a way that my son could understand. And so it's been like a huge relief for me, because there are times that I don't even understand what a question is asking me. For those who don't know, I'm autistic as well. And so if I'm the one helping my son, we really need an autism-friendly curriculum. And the questions always relate exactly to the video. You're not gonna, I don't know if you've had this experience before, but you like spend your whole unit on math, like learning 2 plus 2, right? And 2 plus 3 and 2 plus 3. And then you get to the like questions and the test, and it's like, what's 247 divided by 82? And you're like, I don't know, because that's not what this was about. The lessons are so bite-sized, and the questions relate directly to that specific lesson. So we haven't run into any issues there. Number 3 is that it keeps math fun. So it's all online. It uses fun videos and quizzes, and the kids honestly feel like they are playing instead of like dragging through their math lesson. And so I know with autistic kids, we always want to keep them engaged in what they're doing, and it has been super, super helpful with that. Number four, I promise I can count. This is a math video, Kayleen, hold it together. Number 4 is that it allows for multiple levels. So there are different sections of math that are included in the program. Maybe it's like number sense and geometry, and there's like 4 or 5. And CTCMath allows you to do different levels for the different sections. So instead of just saying, well, he does, first grade math. My son does first grade number sense. He's working on those skills. But in geometry, he struggles with visual processing. And so he's in kindergarten skill set levels in that. And so it's been really, really helpful for us to be able to meet him exactly where he's at in the different sections of math. And I know that that's a really common thing with autistic kids, is we're really, really awesome with one thing, and then the other thing just doesn't make any sense to us. And so being able to kind of tailor it to him has been really helpful. And number 5 is that you get detailed progress reports on everything that your child does. And so beyond the assessments, you get these progress reports just on the lessons and the questions and all of that. And when your child is autistic, it is really, really easy to focus on what they can't do. And it's really easy to see that someone their age is doing a different grade level, or that, by now they should be able to add, or whatever it may be. But these detailed progress reports, they help you to see exactly how your child's improving. And you can look back and see that maybe they're only getting, 60% on their quizzes after the lesson, and you're discouraged. But you can look back and see that they used to get 20%. And that progress is huge. And so these detailed reports, they're really, really helpful for seeing the progress that your child is making. And if your child's doing it independently, it also helps you keep a pulse on how they're doing throughout the program. So I am going to show you one more clip of a man doing his math, and then I will be back to share how you can get CTCMath for your homeschool and how you can get a massive discount on it. So I'll be right back.
Did that one go 60? Uh-oh. Now we'll try it again. Uh-oh. No. Uh-oh. Yes.
Okay, so by now you've seen how we use CTCMath in our homeschool with our autistic kiddo, and 5 ways that CTCMath is an autism-friendly online program for math and homeschooling. And so now, how can you get it? So first, I am so excited because CTCMath supports homeschoolers, and they give homeschooling families a massive discount off of their normal price for the CTC program that like schools or parents in general would pay. You get 60% off of the price as a homeschooler. 60, like 60%. So if you're getting math, CTCMath, because it's not your strong suit, that's a lot of money off. It's a lot of money off. And you can also, if you get the 12-month membership, which is the one that we usually get, you get 6 months free. So you pay for the 12 months and you get 18 months. So it'll take you into into 2020 or something. I don't know. I'm not good at math. See, but 18 months for the price of 12, which is, I know if you, most homeschoolers are pretty budget conscious, and we are, we're careful with how we spend our money on our homeschooling resources. So I am always looking for deals, and CTC has hooked us up. So if you are ready to try CTC in your homeschool, I have a link in the description of this video. I would tell it to you, but it's kind of a wonky link. It's got a whole bunch of like letters. And so I'm just gonna link it in the description of this video. If you're watching this video on my blog, it'll be right below this video. I'll have the link. It's probably above the video too. And you can try CTCMath in your homeschool with your autistic kiddo. And you can do it for 60% off, which is bananas. Like who does that? Apparently CTC does that. So I hope that this is helpful. If you're looking for a math program to try with your autistic kiddo, I highly recommend CTCMath. I was not, when I started, I wasn't sure if it was going to work out well. Anything that says it's independent, I kind of am hesitant on. But it's changed how we teach math in our homeschool, and it's changed how my son sees himself in math lessons. And so it's just been incredible for our homeschool, and I think it will be incredible for yours as well. So check out that link in the description or below this video if you're on the blog, and I will be back with another video soon. Thanks.